Welcome back, everybody, to Forgotten Working Class Podcast. I'm your host, John, and today we have Jesse with us. Jesse, where are you calling from?
Colorado. Um,
Colorado.
yeah, Aurora, Colorado is where I live.
All right. How's weather?
It's cold right now, very cold. I think it's like 14 degrees and it's snowing.
Oh, you can keep all of that.
Yeah.
It's hot. Well, today it's not too bad. It's 82 out right now.
Wait, where are you?
I'm in South Florida.
Oh, man. Yeah, 82 is hot. It's very hot.
Yeah, well, yeah, yes and no.
Yeah, I
It's not
guess
as hot as it usually gets here, but this year we've actually had a lot of cold days. I mean, not like you, but we did wake up this morning. I mean, yesterday it got to like almost 90, and in the morning it was like 78. This morning we woke up, it was 60 degrees. I was
oh
like,
wow.
oh, that's nice.
See, I think it's kind of relative, right? Like 60 degrees on any coast is pretty cold.
Y- I think 60 degrees is like perfect. It's
Yeah,
not
but
too hot, it's not too cold. It's like nice weather.
yeah. 60 degrees here in Colorado is pretty hot. It's
Really?
yeah, yeah. In the winter, it's kind of weird.
Okay.
In the
I was
summer, it's just like it's relative, right?
Yeah, but you guys have the nice scenery.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I love it here,
Never-
man.
I've never been. Me and my wife we've talked about we want to come to Colorado. I want to go because I'm trying to think. It's Colorado that you guys have that massive Bass Pro Shops, right?
We have a
I want to say it's
few.
there. Well, it's like a pyramid. It's huge. I think it's a hotel and everything. It's like one of the biggest Bass Pros. I could be wrong, but I want to say it's in Colorado.
I don't know for sure.
I could be
It.
wrong.
I mean, there's a lot of things in Colorado that I don't know about. So
Yeah, same thing here in Florida.
yeah,
There's all kinds of stuff we don't know. All right, Jesse. So, what do you do for work, man?
I'm an iron worker.
All right, all
Yeah.
right. How long you been doing that?
Oh shit, man. About around 10 years, give or take.
How old are you?
30.
Oh, okay. So you got right into it right out of school, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. So I right out of high school, I went to trade school, learned how to weld, and took the first job that I could. Didn't know anything about ironwork, but that's what it was ironwork, and been doing it ever since.
Something you fell in love with then, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. So what do you do for your job? Like what do you what's your day like? I
Right
know
now,
I know it's not all the same, but
yeah, yeah. So I've been on paternity leave for the past 12 weeks. I'm going back to work tomorrow.
you've been on leave.
Yeah, it's
Dude, that's
been nice.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome that you know most jobs I mean, well, nowadays it might be different. I got 2 weeks off when my son was born. And that was like they were like, "We're stretching it, bro.
Yeah,
2 weeks, you're pushing it, man. You're
yeah,
pushing
yeah.
it." I was like, No, I can't have any more time." They're like, "No, no, you need to be back to work."
So that's actually a new law in Colorado.
That's awesome.
So it's like unemployment, right? Like everyone's paying into it, and then you can apply for it and everything. Um, and that's just new this year, or well, last year, 2024. Because yeah, when my son was born, um, I took a week off, and that was it. And it was unpaid, like just
Yeah.
take a week, and yeah, right back
That's
to
what
it.
mine was. Yeah, it was unpaid, and they were like, "2 weeks, that's what you get." And I'm like, "Damn,
Yeah,
dude."
yeah. It's
Dude,
been nice. It's been crazy having this much time on my hands, though, man. Like,
it's weird, right?
yeah, yeah. I was just talking to my wife last night, and she's like, you've been working consistently for the past 10 years, and the longest you've taken off was like, I took off 4 weeks when we got married, and like because she's from Ukraine, so we went to Ukraine to have a wedding, and that was the longest I'd ever taken off.
How was
So
that, by the way?
the
Going to Ukraine for the wedding, like, that had to be wild. Completely
oh
different 2
yeah,
different things, man, that's cool.
yeah, yeah, that's a
So
whole story in itself, man. Yeah,
man, I don't
ask away.
I don't wanna sound ignorant because I don't know how to say it, but, what la what is their language called?
Dude, it's Ukrainian. I didn't know
Ukraine okay.
until I didn't know until I met her, right?
I don't
It's
wanna
like
sound stupid, bro, but I mean, like, I'm thinking I'm like Russia and like, alright, it's a Russia is they speak Russian.
yeah.
Ukraine, I thought about Ukraine, but I was like, "I don't know how to say that. I'm not gonna sound that dumb."
Uh,
Well, my
yeah.
question was, do you understand it? Do you know that language? Have you learned
Oh
it?
no, dude. We've been married uh oh shit, I might get in trouble for this one. 8 years. 8 years. And I know bits and pieces. I could pick up on some stuff, but yeah, most
Yeah.
of it, nope.
So she was born there?
Yeah, yeah. She
Yeah.
yeah. She came here to marry me.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Like I always make the joke that like it's a going joke that I bought her online.
I was just gonna say the
So
male bride.
yeah, yeah. She she gets pissed when I do that. But
That's
yeah.
funny.
Um
So she moved here, and what does she do for work now?
she got into construction. She's on the management side, yeah. Yeah, she we got married super young, dude. It's crazy. But she ended up going to school here, to college here, and went for construction management. I always make the joke that, she liked bossing me around at home so much that she wanted to make a career out of it.
So she works with you?
No, she works for a different company. She's on
Okay.
the GC side, but yeah. She's boss's boss. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's awesome, though. That's like I've only I've only talked to a couple guests that I've had on here that both of them, both partners are blue collar,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
it's
not 100%. I mean, it's not very common, but definitely awesome. A
yeah.
lot of respect. That's cool. I like that.
It makes coming home and talking about work so much more exciting because I'm like, "Oh yeah, like I could explain to her things." And when she was going to school for it, she was like, "Oh, that's what you meant." You know?
Yes, you can understand it. So that's funny that you say that because so me and my wife were just talking about how I'm gonna start bringing up in the podcast that asking if your partner, your wife, your husband, do they understand the dangers that come with the trade you're in? Because my wife had no clue. Like she knew that my job was dangerous, but I guess she really didn't understand like 100% the dangers that come with it. So your wife being in the trade, she
Yeah.
can grasp the dangers that come with it. She understands, which a lot of men and women that their partner has no clue.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, it's dangerous, but they really don't understand how dangerous it can be.
I mean, before she really got into it, she was just kind of like, "Yeah, like be safe, be safe." And then after she got into it and started schooling and everything, she's like, "Are you tied off? Do you wear your hard hat 100% of the time? Like, you need to make sure you're wearing like just yeah, all about safety all of a sudden." And she
That's
knew
awesome.
exactly what it was. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that's good. Yes, that I like that. That's a good because she can fully understand what's going on. And like you said, you come home that when I would come home, bitch about this, bitch about that, talk about this, and my wife would be like, "Cool."
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, never mind."
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tell me about your day. Tell me about what you go through in a day.
I mean it depends, right? Like I love the connecting aspect of ironwork. That's like my favorite. And when I get that opportunity, you know. Usually it's we're working with the crane nonstop, right? Like first thing in the morning, go over game plan of what the plan is for the day, how many pieces we're gonna get, and just kind of go. Get up on the iron, um, set whatever needs to be set. I mean, before I went on paternity leave, we did a smaller building, and it was bar joists and a couple beams and columns. You know, just typical. But yeah, I guess to break it down, the day of connecting is first thing in the morning. Get your tools on. You're either setting columns or hanging beams or joists. You know, you get a break at break, lunch, but other than that, you're pretty much busy with that all day.
Now, when connecting, are you bolting it all in, or do you guys use rivets?
Bolts, rivets haven't been around for quite a while. I don't know exactly how long, but
I just seen it. I'm asking because I was thinking the same thing. That I know I follow a lot of iron workers. I've had a couple iron workers on here, and I know that it's a lot of bolting. But I just saw a video like 2 days ago of guys working on something where they were doing rivets, and I was like, oh shit, they I didn't realize they're even still using rivets on most of the stuff. But they were
hmm,
it couldn't have been, maybe it wasn't in this country, but they were doing rivets, and that's why I was asking.
huh,
Just watching them do it was definitely cool, putting that
yeah,
hot piece of metal in there and then just bashing it down to a rivet, and when they're done, you're like very satisfying to watch. I was
yeah,
like, "That's dope."
yeah, yeah. I went to um, they have an ironworkers festival in Michigan, and I got to go to that, and they do a live demonstration of rivets, and it's yeah, pretty sweet.
Dude, I didn't realize they have a festival. That's badass. I wanna go to
Yeah, yeah,
that.
it's pretty
That'd
fun,
be a
man.
good
It's
time.
huh?
That sounds like it would be a good time.
It is. It is. It's yeah, it's up in Michigan. And they have the world champion column climb there. So it's pretty much like logger days,
Yeah,
right? That people do, but for iron workers, it's really
yeah.
really cool.
I'd love to go check that out. That would be a good time. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I forgot to ask, can I cuss on here?
no, not at all.
Okay, I'm glad I've been
Yeah, you can.
holding it back.
Yeah, you can cuss, man. You can go ahead. It don't
Oh,
matter. Yeah, I'm
I
just
just
giving you a hard time.
some
Blue collar
podcasts are,
podcast. Yeah,
I
you
guess
can.
yeah, if I wouldn't be able to, you probably would have told me.
Yeah, no, you're good. Oh man. So you're a new father, right? You're brand new.
Yeah. Well, I got a new baby. I got a 3-year-old son and a
Okay.
10-week old baby.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
A lot
Thanks,
of
man.
gonna have your hands full real quick, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Two
big
little ones
time.
running around.
The 3-year-old man. Oh my God, he's my copy, and he pisses me off. Holy
It's
shit.
karma.
Yeah,
100% karma,
yeah,
dude.
it is.
I told my son that the other day. I said, "You are karma." He's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "You'll realize it one day, okay?"
Yeah, you'll understand. Yeah.
He's 6, and then my daughter is 14.
Oh man,
That's
that's a
it's rough.
that's a scary age. I
Very scary.
from
Got
what
the
I've heard
boys
with
out.
girls.
Yeah, but she's straight A student. She keeps her head in the books. She's very good, so I
Yeah,
can't complain too much. But
yeah,
that
yeah,
sass
man.
that comes out, man, it's karma for mom. I'll tell you that one. Oh.
Yeah.
So when you're, doing these builds, what's the biggest that you've had to go up, like, walking on these beams? What's the highest you've been?
I don't know what it was in feet. It was a 33-story building. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Do you travel a lot, or do you stick around the Colorado area?
Been fortunate enough that there's been work here that I haven't had to travel. So just Colorado.
That's nice. And you don't have to leave home for very long.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
seen that, I don't know how you do it, but, Seen a lot of your videos of you getting in that cold plunge.
Yeah.
I thought about getting one because they say it's really good for you. How
Yeah.
have you felt? Have you felt any different from using it?
Yeah, I have a mental difference. Like it's helped me realize that like a lot of the things in life are mental, right? And as far as health, dude, my immune system fucking through the roof. That's the biggest change.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the all through January, my son got like it was rough. He got croup, then the flu, and then
Yeah.
RSV, and then an ear infection, like all back to back to
Oh,
back to
dude,
back.
poor kid.
And my wife got sick, baby got sick, everyone else in the house got sick except for me. And I kept doing a cold plunge every day. So I was like, all right, yeah, this shit works. Like I got a little body aches and kind of sniffly, but that was it.
Where'd you get that one? Did you get that off of Amazon?
No, it was actually a Father's Day present. I think my wife just got it from their website, the pod company. Yeah.
I've been really looking at. I actually told my wife that I was looking at maybe trying to do one. Only problem is, see where you're at right now. You can leave that water out there and it's ice cold.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Give it a couple hours and be nuke warm here. You'd be sitting in there and just be like, "Oh, this isn't that. It's not that cold."
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, like, because the summers here, dude, they get 90, 100 degrees. So
Yeah,
when I had it out in the summer, it was a bitch to cool it down. Now, I didn't want to buy a shitload of ice,
I
and
was
I'm
gonna
too
say,
cheap
yeah.
to buy. They have chillers that you could buy for like $800, and I'm too cheap. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking buy that
$800.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I just like freeze bunch of water, throw it in there. But yeah, it's hard to keep it cool.
yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
might
and
get one. I might get one because my immune system is trash now. After I got electrocuted, it's been really bad. I mean, it's not terrible, terrible, but I get sick way more than I used to. I used to
yeah,
never get sick. Maybe once in a while, but now it's like every time the kids get sick, I get sick.
yeah. That's I've noticed that like that's the biggest change that I've noticed.
I'm gonna definitely have
Mood, all the other stuff. It's like I've noticed it, but it's not a huge change, right?
I'm gonna look one up. Let's see if I can grab me one.
Yeah, dude.
See,
Look
see,
into it.
see if I can even do it.
Yeah, you got. You know what? Here, start with cold showers. At
I
the
can
end
do
of
a
your
cold shower.
shower, turn it as cold as you can and leave it there. That's where I started because like I don't know, I'm really competitive, and I one of my buddies told me that he was doing it, so I was like, oh, I could probably start doing that. And yeah, that's where it started.
Yeah, but now how long you've been doing it? How many days are you in now?
Today is day 80. I actually before we got on is when I just got out. I'm still kind of shivering, to be honest.
Now, how long do you stay in it for?
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yeah,
All right, that's not as bad then. I thought it was way longer.
no, no,
Three
just three
minutes.
minutes. Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah,
So, on to the next subject of work.
yeah.
So, when you got out of high school, did you know you wanted to be a iron worker? Like, were you set on something of that sort, or you were just testing and tuning,
I
figuring out
had
what's going on?
no idea what I wanted to do. I had no idea what ironwork was. I Dude, I was a punk in high school, barely made it through, and I wanted to start my own T-shirt business. Uh, it's like, well, I need money to do that. I think there's money in welding, and I don't want to go back to school, but I can learn how to weld. So I went for welding, and fell in love with welding. Thought I was gonna be this badass TIG welder, pipe welder, and but the reality was I needed a job. So it's like
Yeah,
first job I could take. And I didn't weld for so long. I didn't,
I was
the
gonna
first
say
job, it was um the entire building was just nuts and bolts. It's a pretty crazy system, but yeah, out in the middle of out in the middle of fucking nowhere, around Alamosa, Colorado. Like, yeah, didn't weld at all. And
You were like, "Oh, great! All this schooling for fucking nothing."
yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, I mean, out of high school, no idea. I just kind of stumbled upon it and fell in love with it when I
That's all.
started to realize what it was.
So, in your family, do you have any blue collar that's in your family?
Nope. Well, no, no. I don't know a
Really?
lot of my family. Yeah, on my dad's side, I don't really know many of them. And then,
So that you're like a handful of people. So a majority of people that get into blue collar usually have it somewhere down the lines in their family. That's why they get into it because they know it. I've only talked to a couple people that they don't have any blue collar in their family and they just went out on a limb and said, I want to try the trades and then either fell in love with it or said it's not for me. But
yeah,
it's
I guess the
very
only
few.
one, my uncle's a truck driver.
That's blue
Um,
collar.
and that's pretty much it. Like, yeah, yeah.
Crazy. That's awesome, dude. Good for you.
I
So, is this what you wanna stick with your career?
think so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I love it. I love it. Um, as far as I can see, that's what I'm doing. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. Keep doing it.
yeah,
Chase the dream, not the paper.
yeah. Exactly.
Keep it going.
Yeah. There might be some side things here and there, but
What are your
yeah,
hobbies? What do you do for fun?
work out,
Yeah?
cold plunge. Yeah.
Do any, like, hunting, fishing, anything like that? Cars, trucks, motorcycles?
No, no,
None of it?
none of that.
Guns?
None of that. Guns. I mean, I get into a little bit of it, but yeah, not much.
Yeah, same here. Guns, I like guns, I love them.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I
exactly.
like to go shooting and stuff, but I don't have a crazy collection. I got a
Yeah.
couple. I got some pistols and AR. I think my next one though, I want to do a over under shotgun. I've been getting more and more into trap shooting. You ever done trap shooting?
No, I
Like,
haven't.
skeet?
What? I've wanted to get into that. I got some buddies
It was fun.
that
It's a
looks
lot of
looks
fun.
fucking hard, man.
It, it's not as all right. So it does look intimidating when you first look. Because you're like, God damn, dude, how the hell do you shoot that fast? So trap shooting, like, all right, you have skeet, which is where it's coming every time where it shoots out of. Trap shooting, there's usually different ones. So they pull, you hit a button, you don't know exactly where it's coming from. You just have to be like, all right, there it is. Or they have ones that bounce across the ground and you gotta
Oh
hit
yeah.
those. Those ones are really hard, but it is a good time. It's a lot of fun. And once you start it, you get used to it, you catch on pretty quick. I mean, if you're a decent shot, it's not that hard. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I'm not professional, but
Yeah.
I can do pretty well. But
Yeah,
it is a good time.
I got a buddy that he's always going hunting geese and ducks and loves that shit. He's got a shotgun that's like expensive as fuck. I couldn't tell you how much, but
Like
yeah.
a Benelli
Yeah.
$5,000 shotgun.
Yeah.
No. $300 shotgun do the same thing. It'll shoot the same bullet, bro.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You didn't spend that kind of money on that.
Yeah.
No, but that I like to do that. I like fishing too. Big into fishing. Well, Florida, we have great fishing.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine there. I don't know, man. Never been into it.
No?
For me, it's like golf, kind of, boring.
Do you like golf or no?
No,
Or
it's
no?
similar to like
Oh,
golf. I
okay.
don't like it. Don't like it. It's boring.
Yeah, it can definitely be more. I've had my days of fishing where you didn't catch shit, and you're like, "This is a waste of the day."
Yeah.
Then I've had it where you're catching left and right, and you're hooking big things that fight really good. It's fun. Golf,
Yeah.
I no, I tried. I
Yeah.
tr nope, I was like, "This no, this is not for me, this is stupid."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got buddies that are huge into it, they love it, and they're like, "Oh, it's so much fun." I'm like, "Take this ball and shoot that all the way over there and hope to get it near that hole? No,
Yeah.
keep that."
Hey, let me mind if I grab my charger real quick just to make sure this
Go ahead,
doesn't
dude.
die? I didn't realize.
No, do your thing. Definitely don't want his phone dying while we're doing this, because then it will go black and we'll have to redo it. Oh, I like that hat. That's pretty dope.
Oh,
Got the
thanks,
crane
man.
on top.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of my favorites.
I like that
That's
one.
my favorite part.
Yeah, that's dope. All right, hold on. Let me see. I got it. Hold on. So, after being electrocuted and not being able to go back in the mining industry, we started a podcast. I just started doing social media, and then we started actually, the first thing was apparel company. It's called Arcing Ahead. Puns
Ah,
intended. Yeah, you got it. All right.
I see what you did there. See what you did there.
So let's see if I got. That's our iron worker shirt.
Oh, dude, that's fucking dope.
What's really cool is that this image. So we have up to 100 different trades on our apparel right now. I mean, we have everything from iron worker to windmill technicians to scrapyard. I mean, we got it all. Arcingaheadapparel.com. But
Clip that.
yeah, so many of our there's only so many of our images that we actually had hired an artist to paint,
Oh
and this
wow.
is one of them. She painted this by using like the original, the legendary
Yeah,
iron workers on their taking their lunch break. And I said, I want something of this, and she painted this, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. She did a couple of ours. We have she painted our arborist one. Our railroad's pretty dope. It's like a vintage look, just like that one.
that's
A
pretty
couple of
badass, man.
yeah,
Yeah, I like the uniqueness of it. You know, someone painted it.
yeah. I mean, she did an incredible job. So definitely cool. But I had to show you that because that hat's dope. Where'd you get that hat?
This is a buddy of mine, another iron worker out of LA. He's got his own company going. It's kind of blowing up right now. Above the Rest is the name of of his company, and this is his shirt. He's yeah, badass dude. He has his trailer full of ironworker shirts and hats and everything you could think of, and he drives across the country, stopping at job sites to go and sell.
Dude, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's a really good idea. That's dedication too, because I mean, to drive all around the country to hit these good job sites.
yeah,
But that's a good way of putting your name out there real quick, especially
yeah.
in that industry.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He stopped through Colorado a handful of times, and then one of the times he drove out to Michigan, and I had met him there. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. So I see on your shirt the Union Proud. Now I know that there probably will be quite a few people watching this that the wrenches that are on the back, those spud bar wrenches, they won't know what those are. Do you want to explain how to use them and what they are? Because I actually watched a video, and I'm bringing this up because I watched a video of a dad telling his teenage son, "Do you know what that tool is?" And they were like a hardware store, and he was like, "No clue why that wrench looks like that."
Yeah,
So
sure. The wrench side is obviously for the nut, but the reason why it's coming to a point is to line up your holes, and it's usually for connectors or maybe if you're bolting up. But when you're putting a beam in, you got a clip with holes in it, and your beam has holes in it, and you use your spud wrench to line those holes up so that you can put a bolt in it. So it's an alignment tool.
yeah.
Um, we also use what we call a sleever bar. So
No, what's that one?
it's like a crowbar but straight. It's got a spoon on one end and a point on the other.
I have seen those. I didn't know what it was called, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's for when you need a little more ass, a little more leverage.
Is there tools that you use that most jobs don't use? Like
Oh
something you
yeah.
need that aren't yeah?
Um, there's a handful of tools that like
What do
even
you
other
think is one
trades.
that you use that most trades don't, that like strictly iron workers would use? A
A, s-
majority.
a speed bolt and what we call dog nuts.
Okay, so tell me about the dog nuts and tell me about the speed bolt.
So dog nuts are two nuts that you weld together, and then that's also when you don't have enough ass and you need more leverage. So with one nut, you put it on the end of your wrench, so you slide it in. Then the other one, you put your bar in, and it gives you that much more leverage to help you either tighten or loosen up a nut.
That's slick. I never thought about that. Yeah, you're using it for like a cheater bar.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. But then again, if you're not using like spud bars and spud wrenches, you're not going to have a tool that just slides into that. But for iron workers, if you guys don't have that, well, now you do.
yeah, yeah.
So that
That's like the number
slick.
one thing that when I it was only when I got into the union actually that I learned about that. They were like, "Yeah, weld these
Yeah.
together." What the fuck do you need that for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry 'em in your belt. You're like, why do I need two nuts welded together?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna learn real quick.
Yeah.
All right. So the other one was what?
Speed bolt.
What is a speed bolt?
So it's all thread with two nuts on it.
Okay.
Everyone makes their own in their own way, right? The way I have mine and I was taught is you weld one of the nuts on the end, so it's stationary with all thread coming through. And then the other nut can run in and out. So it's when you have a really hard connection that you just can't pry over. What you do is
Sucking
you
it
put
in.
your speed bolt through, and it'll pull it together and line it up, help line it up for you. And the speed bolt, the reason why it's the speed part of it is the thread isn't just regular thread. It's I believe it's called coil rod. So the threads are way, way bigger, so the nut moves more for every little turn.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty common, I guess. Welders have their own versions of this. I've seen different versions of this, but as far as like for ironwork and connecting, speed bolt is what we use.
I've never used one of them, or I've never had to make one of those. I've made wrenches for huge bolts and nuts.
Yeah,
I think the worst thing I think one of the worst tools I hated. That's because you have to have a lot, like 100% trust in your coworker, is a hammer wrench. And I've used those where you had to swing like a 20-pound sludge and hit that, and you're praying that your hands don't get slapped.
yeah,
I hated using those.
yeah. Those are always scary. It reminds me of using what we call a B&O, a back out tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just holding on to it and someone swinging a 10-pound sledge, 12 pounds, just like, yeah, nothing but trust though.
Oh, your B&O it's like a hammer, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that your
There's,
yeah, you got the hammer that slides it tapers down to a like a rod. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've
you're hitting
seen,
like a hammer to hammer, which is frowned upon in most places.
yeah,
You're like, "Go ahead, hit one more time, one more time." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's frowned upon a lot of things. Don't hit hammers to hammers.
Yeah. It's a no-no.
Oh man. So, before we wrap it up, is there anything you want to any advice, anything you want to say to anyone looking to get into the ironworker industry and the younger generation that wants to look into getting into the trades?
Oh yeah, a lot. Like if you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Especially if you're young. Like hard work is good for everyone, and it's so much fun. Like it's so much fun. It's not so much the work, that's fun. Like I do enjoy the work part of it, but the brotherhood that you build, whether it's union or not,
Atmosphere.
you meet some amazing people, and some of the funniest motherfuckers out there are in the blue collar world.
Yes. I will say yes, I do miss it. I miss it a lot. Is that it's the atmosphere you're in. It's that you'll never experience it in any other workplace but blue collar.
Yeah,
Being outdoors with the guys you're working with, no filters,
yeah,
getting shit done, swinging hammers, having a good time, but all in, at the end of the day, the job gets done. That's what mattered.
yeah. I did want to tell you I had an accident of my own.
Hit me with it. Let's see.
So let's see if I can show you here. Finger's a little shorter.
How'd you how'd you do that?
I nipped the pads of these off. I was while I was connecting.
You had them like in between it?
So it's a little hard to explain, but it's I was connecting a tube, and the where the tube connected was close to the bottom flange of the beam, and the tube had gotten wedged on top of the two clips, so it was supposed to go in between the two clips. So the crane wasn't holding it up anymore. It was
Oh,
just sitting on top of those clips. Pretty heavy piece, and I went to go wiggle it into place, and it looked like it was just about ready to go. So put my left hand on it,
oh,
and I put my right hand on the edge, but I didn't like my fingers didn't go all the way in. I thought my fingers were clear, and as soon as I touched it, it dropped. Boom! Smashed my fingers, and I thought like, oh fuck, that was bad. Like that hurt. It's bad,
oh,
and
dude, yeah.
I look and I could see two cuts in my gloves, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm sure you've smashed your finger before where you're like, do I take the glove off or not?
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's like,
You're like,
how
I
bad
don't
is
wanna
it?
see this. Do I wanna
Yeah,
see it? How much blood is in there?
yeah.
Yeah.
So took the gloves off and I look and there's videos and pictures on my Instagram of this. You could see the bones and I could see blood just rushing out. I was like,
Oh, shit.
fuck, and
Yeah.
just started screaming, like mostly pissed because I knew that I wouldn't be able to work the next
Yeah,
week.
fucked
Like,
up your week.
yeah, fucking I was on my dream job. I was connecting a high rise in downtown Denver, like my dream job. And we were on the 22nd floor when that happened. And I'm like, all I could think is like, well, there goes everything. I can't work anymore. Like the thing that I've been working towards so long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Started screaming, pissed off, yelling, I just cut my fucking fingers off. I met my foreman at the stair core. He helped me take my harness off. We went down, he wrapped it up, and then I ran down 22 floors down the stairs, just fucking pissed. Yeah.
So, how long did it take that to heal?
3 months. 3 months.
God damn, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I was back to work the next Monday though.
Do you have any feeling in your tips of your fingers there?
The best way I can describe it is like if you put super glue on the tip of your finger, you can't really feel the touch,
Yes.
but you feel like a little bit of pressure, and like it feels like the super glue is under my nails too. So that's annoying, when you have something under your
Yeah.
nail and you can't get it out. I've gotten used to that by now.
I was just gonna say, like, tightening bolts and stuff, did you have to get used to that?
Yeah,
Like, that
big time.
feeling?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah. I actually I rushed my recovery so that I could put the top out beam on that building. Yeah, I was connecting like this for a while, just these two fingers like bandaged up.
That
Yeah,
blue collar, man.
yeah.
That's the way of life. When I woke up out of my coma, the first thing I did was I tried to get up and get dressed because I thought I was late for work. I thought I was at home sleeping.
Fuck, man, that's
They were
that's a
like, "You're
bad
not going
one.
anywhere." I was like, "No, I have to." And I had a trach in my throat, so I couldn't even talk. And they were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I had to write it down on a board. I told my wife, I was like, "I'm gonna be late for work.
Oh,
I'm not going anywhere."
fuck.
Oh, I'm like, "Where the fuck am I?" They're like, "You're in the hospital." I was like, "Why?" Like, "You got electrocuted, man." I was like, "Oh." They're like, "You haven't been to work in like 2 weeks. You've been in a coma." I was like, "Oh shit."
Damn, that's
I'm like, "All right,
crazy,
cool."
man. God.
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely I feel you on that. I wanted to go right back to work. If I could have, I would have.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Now I can't
crazy.
go back to work. I can't be in the industry anymore because I have a hole in my skull, so it's not very safe.
Yeah, yeah, that shit's crazy. Fucking
Like right
hole in
here.
your skull.
Yeah, watch, ready?
Ah, dude, that's crazy. Man. Yeah.
That's nuts, right?
Yeah, it is.
You should see it when I'm like in public and somebody's talking to me and they want to know what happened. And I take my hat off because with my hat on, you can't. I mean, you can see it on the side of my face because my ear's gone and shit. And this one's cut. They took
Yeah.
top of it off. But when I have a hat on, you don't really realize how bad my scars are until I take my hat off, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!" And then I'm like, "Oh yeah, you want to see something crazy?" And I'm like, and then they're like, "What?" Yeah,
Damn. Yeah, yeah. I got a little party trick of my own. Um,
yeah.
this fucking finger is solid, dude. I don't know what it is, but like, I don't
Tell
know if
me,
you're gonna be able to hear it, but this
oh,
is my normal finger tapping the desk. Can't really hear
yeah,
any. I don't know if you can hear the difference, but
yeah.
it's like,
I was waiting for you to be like, I can stick it through a can of soda or something like you're shotgunning into your beers. You don't need
oh
the tool, you
no.
got your fingers. Bam.
I'm gonna try that though. Now I'm gonna start
That's what I
trying
was
that.
waiting for you to pull it. Like you're like, this
Well,
thing's fucking solid.
it is kind of sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. The
At least
funniest part of this whole thing is when I was an apprentice, I got the nickname Finger. So they called me Finger because I wasn't a hand yet.
oh, bro,
Yeah, yeah. And
that's hilarious, though. That's a good one. Whoever come up with that, a fucking genius. I
and
like
that
that one.
stuck with me throughout my apprenticeship and even into like being a journeyman. It was more like a just a fun nickname, like, oh, it's Finger. And I'm never gonna get rid of it now. Fucking cut them off. And I always made the joke like, watch, I'm gonna end up cutting a finger off, and that'll be my nickname forever. And here we are.
Now I gotta get tattooed. Finger.
Yeah,
People are gonna be like, "Why does he have finger on his finger?" I don't understand. That's an inside joke. That's why.
yeah.
I was gonna get tattooed on my ear. If found, please return.
That's a good one. That's nice.
It's too sensitive there, though. I don't right because that's my original skin right there. That one little tiny spot.
Damn.
Everything else is scarred, but I don't think that would be nice to tattoo.
No, I can't imagine.
It
No.
would suck. But yeah, but all right, man. It was awesome having you on. I appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
It was a good
It's
time.
awesome.
But yeah, man, we'll keep in touch.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Definitely gonna have to get one of those shirts from me, man. That's fucking awesome.
I get you one.
Yeah.
All right, man. It was good talking with you, and definitely thank you once again for coming on here.
Yeah, thank you, man.
And you be safe.
Oh, I will. I will.
Don't catch your fingers, bro.
Yeah.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.